Greetings and welcome back to Timberborn. I'm KatherineOfSky, and I've had a lot of stuff going on. I apologize for the lack of content. I am going to make another vlog to talk about what happened after I got out of the hospital and all that stuff. I am kind of recovering from a cold as well, so excuse me if my voice has a little extra fry. Anyway, we're going to play the latest experimental update number 7, where we get fast travel. Yes, what we've all been delighted with and waiting for. We also have the ability to build terrain on top of buildings and on top of the metal platforms and things like that, so we can actually build terrain at will. It's fantastic. All right, so what we're going to do is, I couldn't find a map that suited the lore of the beavers, okay? So I made one. I just decided to make one. And if you want to download it, I have uploaded it to the mod portal, and it's called Dogbone Rise. I think you can either search by Dogbone or Rise or KatherineOfSky or KOS. I tried to make it really easy to find it. And it's basically a map where our beavers are the ultimate engineers. We needed a lot of space that we want to irrigate. We want to do a lot of engineering. We want to lift water. We want to irrigate lots of areas. This map also contains a hidden underground cavern where we can grow, I don't know, mushrooms and stuff. I don't know. And a city we can dismantle. It's pretty cool. It's a nice map, and it's a big one, and I want to play it. So our beavers, they want to bring water to the desert, and they have a secondary goal of being completely useless, meaning that we really need to build a huge robot army to take care of them and keep that maintained so that our beavers don't die. Anyway, that's the kind of goal here. Now, I'm also going to use some custom tails at the detailer, and I've made a whole bunch, and you can find those in my Google Drive, and I'll present those whenever we get to that part of the playthrough. All right, so let's go. We're going to go to, and anyway, when you go to the mod portal, you just click subscribe, and this is the Steam workshop. This is not anything special. The Timberborn devs thankfully have moved these maps, at least, and mods to the mod portal on Steam. So it's the Steam workshop. Just click subscribe on this map if you want to play it. The tails are going to have to download from my Google Drive. I have actually asked the devs for a separate category in the workshop for tails, but I haven't had a response to that yet, and hopefully people will, the devs will respond to that. All right, let's do a new game. I've debated playing either Folktales or Iron Teeth. I've been playing a lot of Folktales, and I kind of got used to their zip lines, so we're gonna play them, I think. And yeah, we're gonna have fun with the Folktales. Let's go next and go to Custom Maps and Dogbone Rise. You can see the Dogbone in the middle there, I hope. Okay, next. We're just going to do a normal playthrough. I've said before, I don't like hard because basically it just limits your water and it limits the number of beavers you can have. So I don't like that mode. I don't find it hard. I just find it annoying. So normal it is. Let's go and start. Now this start purposefully has a very pleasant and interesting and not annoying start. I did that on purpose. All right, so we've arrived. What shall we call it? We could call it the map name. I think I will. I'll just call it Dogbone Rise. Oh, okay. Oh no, there we go. Okay, my fingers are not working very well. I had surgery on my left pinky, so it's a little bit iffy with stuff. So anyway, what I mean is a lot of maps, they start out with like a minimal amount of wood, and it's like, okay, God, I have to get the forester up, and then we have to wait for many minutes while we get the forests, replanted and growing. So we should have no wood problems. Okay, so if you're a newcomer to this game, I'm going to talk about all of the basic things you need to start off with. and hopefully you get your colony going in a successful fashion. So we have 2 rivers. You can see the rivers are flowing from the edge here. I mean, I made this map, so I know I put the sources at the very edge, and they flow downward. Normally when I look at a map, I like to kind of just like get an overview of what we have and where we're going and where we're building. So the nearest biome next to it is this kind of like ruined city that happened. Goodness only knows what happened here. There's some stairs here. Luckily the creator was merciful and gave us access in case we don't have stairs yet. Those are of course unlocked with research points. There's a lot of dead wood around here. Who knows what's happened? There's a big plain up here too, which is the old ancient forest. And over here we have a big water source up here, a lake of sorts, with a lot of birches. This looks like it could be, I don't know, maybe some ritual place for the beavers. Maybe we put a couple of agoras up there and some meditation spots. We also have a deep mine, which is surrounded by some other buildings, quote unquote buildings. And then we have this lovely area here, which is just, you know what, when I was making this map, I was all like, oh my God, this is like SimCity 3K, man. We are doing this kind of weathering, man. It's not quite the same tools as SimCity 3000, but I was reminded of that when I was building this map. Because it's not as easy as you would think to make these different kinds of landforms. Anyway, we have this river source which goes down here. This is a lovely area which requires very little engineering in order to get a lot of this other area greened up. And this might be great for farmland or forests or things like that. And we've got a few little islands here to get up to this very steep cliff of the Dogbone rise itself. We'll get to that in a minute. This area here, we have some river sources right on the tops of the mountains and these beautiful, just cascading kind of checkerboard falls here, which I found very, I don't know, I just like them. And then this one kind of drains off into here. Meanwhile, we have a bad water source over here, which is making this area quite uninhabitable. Well, maybe not inhabitable, but like bad for plants. You can see this red veining on the surface, which means that nothing will grow there. It's basically contaminated because of the bad water. And then we have this other area. My goodness, what does this look like? Oh, it could be some underwater farms with very little effort. A little bit of levying along the sides here. We can turn this into massive underwater farms for spatterdock and cattails. We also have some more up on the rise here. If we divert this river into here, all we'd have to do is like blow up a little bit of these mountains here and get this water coming into here, right? So see, I have created much engineering for us to do in this map. We also have a mine over here. Now keep in mind that this area is designed for zip lines, okay? We designed this area to, I designed it. I don't know why I'm going to say we, but I designed it for fast travel. So zip lines are the order of the day. We've got several mining spots. I think there are 4 or 5 on this map. And we also have a city. We have a city complete with dead park and everything. We have a big avenue here. Just think of it as kind of like New York City or something with a Central Park that, of course, we'll have to dismantle a lot of this if we want to live here. But, there is a throughway. You can get a road in here or 2 or 3. And the challenge, I think, is to get this area nice and green so we can have happy beavers. Now, you might be wondering, where is the hidden grotto? I don't know. Could it be here? Under there? Maybe. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So anyway, hidden grotto. I don't know why this happened. This is a strange thing to me because up here, and I made sure that absolutely none of the bad water bled through, but maybe it's just it has a vertical, maybe it's, what is this? 1, 2, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles or something like that. Maybe that goes vertically 6 tiles as well. So maybe that's hitting that, but it's not hitting this, which is weird. But of course, bigger bodies of water do have a greater area of effect. So these thin things here, I think 3 by 3 is the biggest size that causes the biggest area of effect, whereas these, one tiles probably are less. But anyway, we do have a big area here. And of course, with engineering, you can fix this. It's not a problem. But yeah, there's plenty of little canals in here. There's a water source. There's 2 little waterfalls in there that provide the water for this place. I mean, you could just put all the beavers underground. They could just live there and hide from whoever might be hunting them, like zombie lords or something. You never know. But yeah, anyway. So that is this map. I hope you like it. But yeah, I just wanted a different kind of a challenge. And so let's get started with the playthrough. Right, the first thing we want to do. So these are going to be food for a bit. I was very careful and designed a space for a road here. So you could have a road all the way through. We're going to do that for now. I'm not sure if we want to take it all this way. It doesn't matter. Roads are free. The very first thing you want to do is set up wood gathering. So we're going to set up our lumberjack, or let's do, I don't know, 3 maybe. And then I also want to set up a storage yard, a large pile. Piles take specific kinds of goods like bulky or large goods like logs and planks, metal blocks, scrap, and treated planks and dirt. Warehouses have everything else except for the liquidy stuff, which goes in tanks. So we choose a thing to go into the pile. So we got that. Good. All right, so let's let the beavers do stuff. And then we'll have them build their lumberjack places. But they yell at us immediately. Oh my God, KOS, you forgot to give us stuff to do. And they say nothing to do in range. So we're going to go and get our cut trees order. And we're just going to cut them all down. You can feel safe in doing this because there's plenty of wood. Trust me, there is tons of wood here. And here, I'm going to build a gatherer. Now, there's no berries yet, but as the time moves on, we're going to get some berries. These are 67% toward berries. All right, so let's get a food gatherer. There we go, gathering flag. All right, good. So now the lumberjacks should go and start cutting trees. Yes, there they go. Go and saw them down. Good beavers. Go, go, go. I'm also going to put in preemptively a teeth grindstone because you don't want them to hurt their little teeth. You want them to be able to, file them down nice and neat after they chew down the thing and break their teeth. Ah, here we go. We already have berries. Look at this. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. Beaver is getting berries. Okay, I'm really eager to show you the new detailed tails, but we can't make those for quite some time. So let's just get this colony started, and yeah, hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later. All right, so we have nighttime now. We can actually build houses. You know what? I think I might build temporary housing, and I call it temporary because I really want to have the big housing area somewhere else that is not here, because this here-ness is great for farmland. All right, I'm going to let them build this. Now, the thing you need to worry about with beavers is water, and we haven't actually built a water gathering station yet. So let's do that. Let's build a water pump or 2. Let's build 2, and we'll delete this. Okay, water. Keep in mind you can flip buildings with F. All right, so let's take that down here. Now, in order to keep the most amount of water in this area, we also want to get this. We want to say construction site maximum and workplace maximum important. Okay. This one is less important construction wise. All right, let's let them build the houses because we only need 1 water pump for quite a while. Let's get... Actually, we can get some water storage. Do I want to... No, we don't have gears yet or planks. All right, let's just build 1 water storage tank because we're going to build a dam. And that should be, yeah, good for a while. What we can do, though, is if we build across here, life will be better. But we need to do first things first. So let's go down here. And we want to go to landscaping and build a dam. Now this is a one tile deep, so you can just freely build a dam across there. Okay. Now what we could do though, maybe we shouldn't put it there. Maybe we should put it out here. to go down this area so that we can get closer to the metal and the bad water. That would put the dam here. And honestly, that's a lot of water because this is basically water storage, this piece of the river. Why don't we just do that? Let's put the dam here instead. And we'll delete this bit here. Oh, sure. Okay, whoops. Yes, okay, fine. You go there. Yes, okay, good. Now, then we can put this across. Now, notice when I put a piece of road, it does a line. And the line tells us how far it is from the center of the city. And right now it's green because that's like good distance for them to travel. But later it will get red and yellow and other angry colors telling us, no, that's too far. But the thing is that we need to connect things if we want them to get built in general. I mean, you can have some off the path for a certain distance, but in general, you will need them to be there. So we are running out of food quite quickly. So the next thing we really want to do is build a farm or two. So what I'm going to do is I want to build, I usually like to do this way. 1, 2, okay. And I'm going to do this. I do this very specifically. Yeah, okay. So later we're going to have the farmhouses on top of these buildings because it saves space and basically you get more farmland. So for now, what I want to do is put because we don't have stairs yet, we're going to put in farmhouses here. So we're going to prioritize these up. And workplace, highest priority. Food is always highest priority. Now, what do we want to grow? I think we're going to grow, starting off, we're going to grow carrots. Should we grow potatoes? I think we can because we have enough wood. So we're good on that. And then I'm also going to build some temporary science shacks. We call them latte huts in the community because they spin. And this is where we talk about our inventors going and having a latte and having a great idea afterward. It's totally a thing. You can completely believe me on this. I know about the beavers. This is my 3rd favorite game of all time. I know about beavers. Anyway, so our woodcutters are still getting wood stuff. And I think one of these should be high, but the rest of them can be medium priority. So that if we have a higher priority task, like water gathering or something else, that will take priority. Now we really do want this, this has got to get sorted out first. And we also are going to want to dam this up as well. Okay, let's do that. Let's take this road. Oh, we're going to have to obliterate those trees. Sad times. I mean, we could go around them, or we'll go around them. I mean, they are very valuable. They take a long time to grow, oaks, but they have a lot of wood inside. So let's go ahead and put a dam across here. Now, dams, you will see what happens to this part of the river without dams when we have a drought. For now, the water is flowing easily, but later we will have problems if we don't have dams. So we're just preventing problems right now. Okay, so carrots. I think we do some carrots over here. And then maybe sunflowers over here. No, we were going to do potatoes. Sunflowers are kind of a weird crop. You don't get a lot of yield from them, and they take a long time to grow compared to other things. So, but potatoes have to be cooked. So we have to keep that in mind as well. So here we go. Look at them. Just busy beavers making carrots happen here. You want to start your farming as early as possible because it takes a while for the crops to grow. You can see it takes 4 days for them to hatch into carrotlings. And we need to get that going because the berry bushes, they're good to start off with. Your beavers won't die, hopefully. But long term, they're very, very inefficient as a food resource. So you want to get your potatoes going. Notice that I haven't killed the berry bushes yet. I did that on purpose, just so we have like a, fallback for this. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we are trying to get the, okay, we have 1, All right, that's okay. We have only one worker. I think I'm going to pause one of these guys. There's a delicate balance between... I think we need to pause one of these. We only need one farm working. You want to balance your employees very carefully initially. Okay, there we go. Now we have 3 workers doing the building. That's important. Now, if we start to run out of wood, all right, now we're going to have another woodcutter, because it doesn't do your it doesn't do your builders any good if they don't have any wood to build with. So also we can pause one of the water makers, because when you have 12 beavers, you don't need that much water. You only need 1 water pump. It's fine. We just want to make sure that we have this dam made before the river goes into drought, which does happen. It will happen. But that's okay. We're getting there. It's working. All the things are happening. Hooray. Latte huts going up as well. But we need to... Oh, we didn't prioritize these. Whoops. Okay. And then you can be second priority. There we go. Latte huts are last, because we can use them, but we don't. We actually... Oh, we do have one person that doesn't have a job. All right, you go around. Actually, maybe we have 3 here, and then we unpause the other woodcutter. Now, you see the effective range of the woodcutters is bounded by this kind of teal box here, or blue, green, whatever color this is box. Later, we may have to move those woodcutters up the road somewhat so that they can access these trees up here, because they can't get anything beyond the boundaries of that box. All right, beaver's working. If you really need to min-max, you can also fire your farmers. You just pause the building, and they can do other jobs while we're waiting for the crops to grow. Okay, look at this. We have this done. This is fabulous. Now we're going to work on that. And I'm going to get this road going here. Now, even though this looks like a road, you need to still put the road tiles in for it to connect. Okay. And down here... Oh, happiness of 4. That's not too bad. It's not too good either, but, you know, we're getting there. We got to move up slowly. Happiness is actually a really important concept. Let's talk about that a bit. Let's see. Let's put a cutting order, and then we'll talk about happiness. Okay, cut these trees, please. Because I think I want to put maybe some of my housing down here. All right. So, do we have any happiness? It says 4. Happiness, and we have our goals here. If you click on the thing or click up here, you can see we have hunger, thirst, sleep, and shelter. Those are the basic things. And then we have the other things, like wet fur is kind of a basic need. But unfortunately, our beavers are not traveling underwater yet. We'll get there. And then we have the food types: carrots, sunflower seeds, grilled potatoes, and all these other types of foods. We've got social life, which are different buildings down here under well-being. We have the aesthetics, which are specific items in the aesthetics decoration menu. And then we have monuments here as well. And the fun things are also in the well-being section. So if we look at a beaver, we can see this beaver has the maximum right now, and they get a 5% movement speed bonus. Now, over time, as your number rises, you're going to get building speed or working speed. You get life expectancy, which means you have to hatch beavers less often. And then you get movement speed. And you might be wondering, how do these beavers reproduce? Now, we're not going to go into a big talk about the birds and the bees. However, we're going to talk about the beavers. What they need, the folk tails are different from the iron teeth, so please pay attention. Folk tails breed by having extra housing space. So right now we have the exact number of houses for the exact number of beavers we have. If you want more, you need to build more houses, and you probably need to also build a campfire. At least that was the thing a while back. You had to have a campfire or they wouldn't reproduce. That was the thing. Let's just move that road there. We can delete this bit here. Yes, thank you. And maybe we build a house or 2. I don't know. Let's get more beavers, because we do need more workers here. Now, you want to be very careful and not just like spam a whole bunch of houses, because you got to feed these beavers too. You got to feed them. You got to water them. They need all of the basics in order to survive. Okay, we have dams. Look at this. Oh, this is fabulous. My goodness. We are so good at this. We are so good at this already. Amazing. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this back here. It's only like a couple bushes. Oh no, let's see, bushes. You go there. All right, and I want them to build the campfire. Ah, they're getting to it. It's fine. We just need a little bit more logs. Oh, okay. Food is on the unhappiness right now. But you can see the carrots starting to come up. They are actually ripe. They're ready to go. So we planted them just in time. So the farmers are going to go. Actually, I'm going to undo this farm, and they're going to also help gather carrots. And as soon as they gather some, the beavers are going to come and eat, and they won't be starving anymore. So they can go longer without food than water, but don't abuse your beavers. So now they're pretty good. They're pretty happy beavers here. So we're just going to have them gather a whole bunch of carrots. Now this one is allocated for carrots, and we're going to have beavers. If there are any beavers that are not doing anything, they transport the goods from place to place. So did we get some stuff in here? Not yet. But these farmhouses can hold X amount of carrots before they sort of overflow, and then it's like, nope, we're not going to get any more. So anyway, that's that. But now you can see we have little beavers hanging around the campfire. Isn't that great? They just sit and tell stories to each other and have a nice time, sing songs. You just imagine all the songs, and you can even have them sing the beaver dance like we do at the end of every episode here. Okay, what did we get? Did we get carrots? I bet we got carrots. Campfire and carrots. Okay, good. Very good. All right, so beavers are getting happier by the minute. This is great. Okay, so you go there. Now, we could put another dam over here if we wanted to. We could wait for platforms. Then we have 15 science points. That is not enough to buy anything. Now, the first thing you want to buy in every playthrough is the forester. Now, that costs 60 points. And basically, it allows you to grow trees. Now, if you are in a really difficult, annoying map where they don't put enough trees, you may have to leave big trees so that they spawn little ones around them, because they will. They'll have seedlings grow up around them. And then you can sort of like grow your own forest, but it takes forever. It is a horrible way of playing. Horrible way of starting. So map makers, please don't do that. It's annoying. I actually prefer a map with enough wood. It's just more fun for me. So I don't have to wait for a lot of wood. So anyway, here we can see we have 6 jobs that are unfulfilled. We need 6 more beavers to get into those jobs. Now we have 3. There's one. Where are these 3 jobs? We can actually see where we're missing beavers from here. Let's see. So farmhouse. Oh, here we are. Inventors. So these 2. And this is fine. We actually want to put the inventors down to the lowest, except we want 1 inventor on medium high. And this gatherer flag, I think we can actually fire the gatherer flag, because we don't need any berries anymore. We just have our crops now, and we never need to go back to berries unless we need them we're going to need them for medicine later. So we have potatoes. This is great. I think what I want to do with the potatoes, do we wait for these trees to grow? I guess we can, it's fine. All right, I will build some more storage. Let's build a couple of medium warehouses. I'm so used to having the things I need already. We need some platforms in order to do what I want to do. But anyway, we're going to store the grilled potatoes in here when we get them. We can actually do that later. We can just put them on the ground for now. Sometimes, a lot of times one wants to stack buildings in the game because of reasons. Because building vertically helps save farmland. But I guess we don't need to do that much anymore because of how we now have access to building land above buildings. So that's the thing. All right, you're going to be on top here. Recipe, grilled potatoes. Make sure you set your recipes. Now these guys, these are like wood-fired ovens. So they do need logs to operate, and they need the potatoes to operate. And as you can see, they are going like gangbusters. Look at all this stuff cooking. They have things. And wait, does that potato change on the front? No, it doesn't. Oh, I thought this symbol would change with the with the recipe, but it doesn't. Okay, it's fine. No worries. We don't care that much. It's not that important. It's fine. So we still have 4 jobs unoccupied, which means we really need more. We need more housing for sure. Okay, the drought is approaching. Now, this is a warning. It's going to come in 2.9 days, as we see up here. This is the timer thing. This sort of thing scrolls from left to right, and you can see the drought coming along. It's this scary sort of yellow color. Not as bad as bad water, but it's still scary. But we have our dams, so we're protected and we're safe. We even have some water storage, which is great. Normally, I would have more water storage, but since we have this nice chunk of the river here, I don't think we need any water storage at all. So my plan is to put some housing down here because housing is kind of too high, two tiles high, and I'm thinking this might be an interesting vista or spot for it. Or maybe we put it here. Maybe we just stick it up here. I don't know. All right, let's put it here. I think it's prettier if we put it on the edge of the cliff. Let's just do that. I'm going to go ahead and also put a road here so that our beavers can get all of these bushes deadified here. Now note, if you delete stuff, you do not get the fruit or wood if you're deleting stuff. If you want the wood, you have to put down a woodcutter and they have to actually cut the wood. Let's see, let's get... okay. Oh, I don't have a hauling post. No. If you have a hauling post, there's a little checkbox that says prioritize removal of stuff from here. So we'd need that. All right. Only one latte hut is filled right now. That is not ideal, but it's okay. So let's see. I want to get a... let's get the housing. Let's plan out a little housing block here. I'm just thinking about how I want to do this. I could do like a... Let's do one right on the edge of the cliff. That might be fairly picturesque. Yeah, we could do that too. Okay. Just thinking of like opportunities here. Usually I like to make these things fairly dense because you have these awe monuments that function best when they have a... oh, my mouse has decided to die. What is going on with this? Okay, I think it's back now. All right, let's get back to building in Beaverland. Okay, so... can do this. Now, do be careful, as I said, the 1, 2, okay, you go here. You don't want to build too fast. Very important not to build too fast. Okay, so latte hut spinning. This is great. We are lacking 3 beavers. But we're getting there. Things are happening. We have a lot of food, 346 food, which is great. Not a lot of water. Ah, see? This is what happens when there's a drought. The water stops flowing. You can see, therefore, a naked waterfall. And that means all the bad water stops flowing. So you can see the entrance to the underground grotto over here. And yes, all the water will flow out eventually. This river is quite a big one, so it takes a while for it to flow out. But it will drop significantly. You can already see the edges of the river coming up. And this one is also done flowing. So if we didn't put these dams here, all of this water would have flowed out. That's bad. We would have had a bad beaver crisis. Because normally what we want to do is we want to have even more water storage. I'm going to actually open up this second pump here because I feel like we may have enough beavers to warrant that. Now, these are pretty nice straight rivers, so I'm thinking of putting some power here as well. Let's go ahead and do that. We need power in order to make stuff work. Like, for example, machines, like buildings, making lumber and stuff. All right, let's go ahead and just put these guys in a priority system here. Usually it'll do the first one. We have, wow, 8. Look at this. We got 2 kinds of food. We got a campfire. We can probably make them happy a little bit more too by adding some other well-being items. We have the rooftop terrace, which is kind of fun, but we don't have any stuff, the other stuff that I want and need. Okay. So one thing that I could do is I want to build a forest somewhere. This might be okay. We still have tons of wood here. I'm going to go ahead and move these wood cutters because I feel like they're kind of at the end of their usefulness here. Let's go ahead and pause this. Yeah, they have just a couple of trees left in range. I'm pausing. Well, actually, we can delete this place. That other one was full of logs. Actually, let's just delete it. I think it should keep, yeah, all 20 logs are there. And of course, these are free to build, the lumberjack posts. Let's build 2 instead of 3. Put these on high priority. And that way they'll start gathering the wood from here. Now, the confusion I am wondering about right now is, do we build forest up here or do we build it more here? Kind of thinking maybe we should build one here instead of over here. We can also add more irrigation to this area as well because obviously the river only irrigates to a certain point past the river. This area too is also might be pretty good for a forester. We have 136 points, so it's a good time to kind of think about that. And what we can do down here is build another dam down here as well. Okay, we're thinking about putting a part of the river through there, so that's another idea we can explore. Let's go to the farthest point here. And then we'll measure. Let's see. Forester, how wide are you going to go? Let's go like here. That's a good chunk of stuff, isn't it? Let's go right there. Yes. All right. There are several like extra. Oh, here we go. Here's the water. It's returning. Yay. So obviously this area here is not going to grow anything until we divert water to there. But we don't have the materials yet, but we can plan for it later. I like to think ahead of time. So there's a lot of stuff that we can do and think about for later land. All right, we're going to get this dam built first. That's important. And then we're going to get this built. Actually, that one has to be secondary because we don't have the planks yet. Ah, but we have power. This is fantastic. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Let's get the lumber mill first. So these guys have a connection point here. If you look at the power pieces, you can see there's like a gear thing, and the gear shows where they connect. But you can connect the building directly to these things. Now, keep in mind, some buildings do not transfer power, and those buildings would be like warehouses. And they made them like, they used to be sided where you had sides, but now they're hollow to show, hey, you can't transfer power through this building. But I think like this one you can transfer through. Let's see, can you? Yeah, there's a gear, so it will transfer. Anyway, let's get back to getting our lumber mills. We need at least 2 of these, preferably more. But as we're building these little guys, oops, they will transfer power to their neighbors as well, so they don't have to be like exactly aligned or whatever. Like the next building will go between these 2 wheels, but that doesn't matter because the ones to the side will be already contacting that. Okay, so let's see, where are we going next? We still have tons of food. We're getting baked potatoes. Potatoes are pretty great. They grow 6 days and you get 1 potato, but when you cook them, 1 potato turns into 4 grilled potatoes. These are 4 days and they give you 3 carrots. And they do not multiply later. So anyway, potatoes are a really good early crop. Avoid sunflowers. Are a lot of work for very little benefit. But you can see over here how this is red, and that indicates that, okay, the beavers are having to travel a really long way to deliver these supplies. But their troubles will be over soon. It'll be fine. So we're now, as you see, taking down a lot of these trees out here. This is good. All right. And yeah, we have enough cropland, I think. We've got 234 carrots, 148 baked potatoes. So this is good. So these are potatoes also. Just got to get more beavers actually working and stuff. Okay, so we have 27 housing places. That's a lot. That's free beds, by the way. So we're basically doubling our population, which probably means we should kind of get this stuff going as well. Let's get this, go that. Okay. And since, we need to build these. Okay. Put one on that and then just please go soon. I'll put them on second priority because we want the dam to get finished. I think that's what's taking the longest amount of time is the dam. All right, there's one beaver that's bored, so you're going to be a builder. Also, sorry to my wonderful patrons and supporters. We're not able to use any mods currently with the experimental because it's too new. So I can't use the name the beaver mod, which is kind of cool. I usually put the names of my patrons in there so that they can find themselves in the colony. It's quite cool. So anyway, but that will come as the mod gets updated and stuff like that. And I did update my end screen. Hooray. So yeah, if you are at the $25 patron or membership level on YouTube, you will find your name on the end screen. Okay, let's see. So this is good. I mean, unless you ask not to be, because there are people who don't want to be named, and that's okay too. Okay, so they're building the last couple of pieces of that dam, which is great. Nice waterfalls. Yeah, this is good. I think things are good. You just have to kind of watch the food and the water. Just make sure that everything is going. Okay, so we now have a lumber mill. Now, if you don't have convenient water, which is water that's kind of on a straight path, so your water wheels can generate some power, there is a beaver power wheel. It's basically like a hamster wheel, and they can run, but it takes a beaver to run it. So it costs in terms of number of citizens that you have available for work. Now, I think I'm going to delete some of these temporary houses here. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to have this area doing something else. Okay, so now we have 7 free beaver beds, and that's just fine. And this area has now been cleared, which is also fine. That's great. Yeah, the range here is pretty limited on that wood cutter. Good, good, good. Okay, and I'm going to also tell them to please clean up the mess. You can actually prioritize the rubble piles, and they'll chuck stuff in the storage if there is storage. Sometimes there's not enough storage space. So that's a thing. Ah, yes. The other thing that we failed to do is we didn't put a pile for logs. I mean, not logs, but planks. So we have plank makers. We need a place to store the planks, and that will be here. So the only place they're storing them is inside the building, which they can't store very many. Only 13, so that's not ideal. All right. We have a ton of points. Oh, wait. Okay, Forester. Why doesn't he tell us there's nothing for him to do? So, Forester, there's a few different items that you need to be aware of for later game. So, firstly, you need a garden for making medicine. This is 1, 2. So let's just do 5 and 5. So that's going to be for our healer. Birch is, I don't use birch. Pine is needed for pine sap. So I usually have a stand about that big, maybe like this big. And I leave a 2x2 square for the tapper's shack. Let's also build a storage unit for the pine. Maybe we can build it like there or something. This will be the pine sap, pine resin. There we go. Okay. All right. And then the rest are going to be, we need tree cutters. So those guys can go here. Actually here. Actually, I want this person to be able to go out that side because sometimes one tile matters. It's kind of weird the way it is. Okay. And then, so the pine sap is for getting treated planks made. So when you plan out your forest, there's kind of some things you have to think about. Now, let's do a... Do we have cutting? No, the cutting area isn't here at all, so that's fine. Now then, there's other things to keep in mind. Now, chestnuts are edible. So that's an edible food that you can make. But I usually like to make my own chestnut forest somewhere, like a whole forest of chestnuts. Maple is kind of the same. You make maple pastries out of the maple syrup. So I think the rest we just want to have as oak. The maple... yeah, I'm kind of tempted, but I'm not going to bother. I think it really isn't that important in the long run of things. Or in the short run, I should say. In the short run, it's not important. Oh, crap. I messed up my pine. Ah! I forgot that you can... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get my pine back. You go away. Then we get our pine here. Oh. Okay, like that. Something like that. All right, that should be good for the pine. And again, I like to have that right next to the tapper's shack so they don't have to walk too far. Now, we also do need a gathering hut for these, or gathering flag for those. So let's put the gathering flag there. Okay, and then the rest of this can also be oak trees. So that we can... Okay, so it stops there. All right. Let's go up like this. It's hard to tell. Yeah, there's no point in actually putting it over here. We might delete some of this in order to get a river up in here. Maybe we'll do that right now, actually. So if we want to make a river to go through here, we can just do something like... Actually, we want it to go through here. Really. We could have a second, like a thing just going from this side. Wouldn't that be nice? We can go right through this way. Yeah, and just have it kind of go this way. I think that would be better, actually. Wouldn't that be nice? I like that. All right, that's good. All right, so that's how we'll do our forest for now. And we'll get the river when we can. And you can see the beaver busily planting trees. Now he's going to plant trees closest to his place first. So you can, manipulate that to your heart's content if you want to. But right now we're just going to leave him to his thing. So this is good. We've got our wood industry up and going. Now, I think what we can do is save space for a wood gathering pile here, like this. Yes, wood. Good. Yes. Okay, very cool. So that's going to all get done. So the houses are made, which is great. We can look at other well-being items for them. We could maybe make a Lido. That's 250 points. I guess we could do that. Lidos are great because they satisfy the need for wet fur as well as fun. There we go. Lido fun, specifically. Now, growing up in America, I've never even heard of a Lido. That sounds like a very strange thing, but I assume it's a British expression. I would call it a swimming pool. Or maybe it's a swimming area. Because I know that, like, in Scandinavia, occasionally they have these sort of roped off areas in canals or fjords or somewhere They're roped off so that you don't, you know, like swim out to sea or something, because it's wild water. It's not a pool, that's for sure. So maybe that's the sort of technical distinction. Ah, we have trees growing up here. My goodness, we're going to need another woodcutter since I deleted the last one. So let's put that one in there. And right, we still have 4 jobs that need filling. So I think I can possibly make a couple other houses. So keep in mind these hold 3 beavers each, so that's another 10. I just want to make sure that we're not like running out of stuff. So let's get farmhouses, flip it if the entrance is on the wrong side. There we go. And now we're going to wait until we have some science points for staircases. Because these are the next level of stuff that we need. We need stairs and we need platforms. And those are going to help us build through the rest of the game. But it does look like we're getting a lot of planks going on. That's good. So we can start our collection of stuff so we can easily build staircases and platforms and stuff. Look at this. This is great. Isn't this nice? Now, we didn't set the cutting area, so let's do that. Okay, let's just go here. We'll just be neat about this because in the past, the cutting area would make the game slow down horribly. I think they fixed that though. I think that's been fixed. But we do need to get these pines out of here as well. So let's see, plant trees and bushes. Okay, so one more area there and one there. All right. Okay, there we go. That's our pines, I think. So we don't want them to cut down the pines because the pines need to grow up and then they have a separate thing for generating resin. Oh, wow, 9. We're at level 9. That's excellent. Look at that. Hardly even trying, man. And our beavers are already at 9 happiness. Now, that's not a lot, just FYI. But it's something. Now, on this side, let's see. We're going to need to get rid of these bushes. And I'm wondering if we should put a few decorations out here just to give them a little bit more happiness. Like a beaver statue. Let's see, this will reach... Oh, it'll only reach the 2 edge ones. Well... yeah, it's not great. It's not as much as I thought it would be. Oh well, that's fine. I like to build these things up into the air and then put decorations on top because they do count that way. It's very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Okay, we have 9 beds free, 3 beavers not existing for jobs. That's a very strange way of saying it, but it's fine. Let's see. Do we want to make... We could start making gears. Those are very much needed. Can't unlock. Oh no. Oh, what did we buy? Did I buy something? Did I buy the beaver statue? No, I didn't. I don't know what I bought. Oh, I bought the Lido. Maybe that was what was expensive. But you can see our popularity numbers here. And we suddenly have lots of wet fur happening. And we also have Lido fun right down here. So all of this contributes to their health and well-being. And they're going to be happy beavers from now on. Okay, wooden stairs are 70 points. Let's go ahead and get those going for here. So my plan with this is we put the farmhouses on top of the storage. Okay, let's do high priority, none, also high but paused, and then we delete these. Okay, good. And that leaves us more room for stuff. In fact, we can get rid of these berry bushes and stuff. Because, yeah, not a fan. Go away, go away. Now, for the iron teeth, the other beaver species, they need berries to feed their young in their vats of maturation. So, yeah, I know it sounds weird, but yeah, they're weird dudes. I like them too. They're fun to play. let's see. We want to plant crops, get our more carrots, more potatoes. We can delete this as well. Good, good. All right, we have a flourishing beaver colony. All right, you don't have a job, so let's delete you. And that means we have one beaver free. Wow, totally bored beaver. Man, I guess that means we put in another inventor latte hut. Let's go. Get that going. So how are we doing with food? I think we actually probably can, we can have a second farmhouse here working. I'm always worried that I run out of food. That's a major concern, actually. You never want to run out of food. It's very inconvenient. Okay, and carrots. And also, remember we routed this road around that tree, so we can put it back now. And fix the road. And put in some more potatoes. There we go. Excellent. All right, and we have lots of grilled potatoes. Well, not lots, but some. Now the better crop, the even better one is wheat. That is the major crop that's very, very good to work with. Okay, so let's do the same with these potato makers here. We're going to build those on top of these places here. And then we get a platform. But we don't have 100 science points yet, so it's okay. Let's see, we want to do recipe grilled potatoes. Grilled potatoes. Okay, good. And we can extend this. Now, do we do that with the... There's another thing that we can grill, and it's called spatterdock. It's basically lily pads. If we do some more stuff... bread is more complicated because you need grist mills, which are... They're basically grinding thingies. Okay, let's get rid of this tree. Come on, tree. Cutting. Cut it. Cut it down, please. Go. Cut this one down. Thank you. Oh my god, he cut the tree I wanted to. I've never had such good telepathy with the beavers before. It's fantastic. Okay, there's a log in the middle, so I can't put a path under it. But anyway, we do have almost enough points to learn platforms, which are pretty important. I'm going to go ahead and put in... Let's see, where do we want to put this thing? I think we can put it here, maybe. If we do a staircase here, and then we put the aquatic farmhouse here, yeah, that might be a really good spot for stuff. Oh my god, we can do even more latte huts. This is fantastic. 1, 2 more. Let's go. Go, go, go. All right, we can now learn platforms. Get the single height one first. And I'm going to go ahead and we can put in a pathway across and then put in the hut here. That's under food. Let's see. Aquatic farmhouse is 150 points. So a little bit of waiting, but our beavers can do stuff. Now, when they go into the water like this, they're also getting wet fur. So you can actually manipulate them. Like here, if we didn't have the dam here, we could have a road going downstairs and then upstairs again to make them get wet fur. Now that can also backfire on you because occasionally you'll have what's called a bad tide where these guys start producing the red stuff and that makes your beavers contaminated and very unhappy and they're just going to want to riot basically. They're very, very unhappy with this. Wow, 30 days, 30%. Geez, it's taken a long time for this beaver to plant this area. Sometimes in an area that big, you can have like 2 foresters' huts. Maybe I should get a second forester's hut. Just at least to help them plant. I don't know if it will be needed for like ongoing maintenance because, you know, trees only grow so fast and beavers only cut them down so fast, that kind of thing. So you never know. But we can put one in for now and then later take it off. Take it out. Okay, so we have still food. Okay, let's get some housing. A couple more houses on our row here. I think what I'm going to do is, let's get rid of these guys. I'm just going to prioritize those because I want to get rid of that road. And another problem with a drought is, of course, the water wheels stop spinning. But we do have remedies for this, and those are called windmills in the Folk Tales faction. So we're gonna get some windmills going very shortly. Let's get rid of this road though first. Okay, cool. And while we're waiting for this drought to pass by, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been supporting me while I've been in the hospital and all the time before and after. It's been great. You guys are just great. Thank you so much for sticking with me, even though I haven't had a lot of content. But hopefully we're getting back to that. I have been really sick with this cold and just being weak. It's kind of weird. Like your whole life sort of changes when you have this kind of bad illness happen to you and surgery and all that. You're just like amazingly tired. Like you wouldn't even believe how exhausted. Like you can do one activity a day. Do you eat or do you shower? Which one do you do? You know, like you only have a choice of one. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but that's kind of the way it is. It's brutal, man. It's kind of weird. But anyway, hopefully I'm getting back to stuff now. And a little bit of overflow. Okay. Beaver has nothing to do. All right. So I just want to do spatterdock right now. You can do cattails and spatterdock in the water. Now keep in mind that this has to have exactly a level of 1 height of water. Any deeper and they won't grow. So this thing, wow, that doesn't even go that far. Okay. Let's go and get rid of this. Okay. That's that. And what if I did a stair here, I bet I could get a couple more tiles on this. Because it has to go all the way around to go there. All right, here. All right, just this bit there. I like to get rid of the stuff that I'm not using because otherwise it's hard to keep track of. Okay, so I'm going to make one of these spatterdock and one of them grilled spatterdock. Okay, good. And then connect the path here, of course. And then these guys go across. And we need... Actually... Oh, I shouldn't do it that way. Yeah, I shouldn't do this way. I forgot that we have the ability to put in these guys here, of course. And shove the buildings over a little bit. Okay, grill, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you can have 3, 4, 5. Yay. So you're going to be up and potatoes. Potatoes and up. You're going to be grilled spatterdock and up. Spatterdock and up. Okay, good. Yeah, food production is a really important part of your colony. So I'm going to go ahead and let's make the staircase down here so that basically our beavers can get up there and do stuff. Okay, so these beavers are already planting. You see them underwater and they're just working in the water. Busy little beavers planting those lily pads. It's very nice. Okay, so did we get additional range here? Let's see. Oh, look at how much range. Wow. Sacrifice 1 tile for a thing and you get all of this kind of range. Holy fuzzy cats. That was awesome. That's a huge amount of range. Cool. Sometimes it's worth experimenting with stuff like that and just seeing where you can get the most range out of stuff and such. Good thing. Good thing. All right. So yeah, I think we're actually at a point where I should stop for today. The beavers have been working really hard and they're probably tired and need a tiny rest. So anyway, what are we having here? Ah, they're planting the dandelions and stuff. Nice. Anyway, so our beavers are going to continue doing what they do. We might need to look at water. Oh my goodness, we need water. We need water. Okay, let's put another water maker. Water thingy. Go, go, go. And we definitely need to look into water storage because that is a thing that we absolutely need. So anyway, but until that time, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone, especially my patrons and supporters. You can check out the Patreon page or sign up for membership on the channel if you look in the description below. Thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.